Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Susan Lynn is here. It's another Susan Lynn and Kevin duo, and I can't wait. It's always so much fun. And that's interesting. You were just saying that you had somebody that was popping in, which is like against your rules, because you're like, you're like, I'm not.
But it is against my rules, but then they knew I was going live with you. And so I think they were like, I'm just showing up early. Like, I'm not breaking any rules. Usually, so if you guys don't know what he's talking about, Kevin is an amazing medium. If you guys are new here, you're about to see some things that are just really and truly amazing. His connection to people across the veil. But so in this, I'll explain this because this will help you guys understand. Once you open the door to the other side, and this is what Kevin is saying, Susan doesn't normally open the door. Susan's got boundaries, but once you open the door, like they all start flooding in because there's going to be hundreds of you in this chat and there's hundreds of spirits wanting to talk to you guys, right? So some of them are enterprising and they come in early, and Kevin is always good about pulling in a lot of information before we begin and writing it all down. And I feel like a lot of times those people that come through for Kevin can't make it to the live. That's actually for the people who watch it later. It's like, I know my person can't make it for the live, but I'm going to give Kevin this information, and then it becomes really relevant to people. So it's really sweet because people get to have a reading later. But for me, I don't normally do that. And today, this guy, just like 20 minutes ago, actually, I'm not even sure if it's a guy, because here's what happened to me, Kevin. I started getting John Cougar Mellencamp in that Jack and Diane song. And I'm like, okay, somebody's here. I'm going to be live in 20 minutes. All right, I'm getting ready, and I'm sort of half paying attention to them. But then this is what happens. Like 2 more people came in that weren't related to the John Mellencamp song. And I'm like, no, this is not, you guys are rushing, the podium here, so it gets very confusing because once there's an opening, everybody starts kind of coming in, right? So I would just throw it out there, and Kevin has some things too. Anybody that's watching this that has somebody in spirit that I do believe this is a man. I feel like he's talking to a woman, and I feel like he's saying, we had a good time. We had a good run, kind of like that energy of we had a good run in this life, right? Like maybe it didn't last as long as we wanted to. Maybe it was bittersweet because of the ending. And maybe you weren't even together when he crossed, but he's got this kind of interesting romanticism where you wouldn't think this guy's romantic at all, but yet actually he's got this soft heart that he's not a talker. He's not a, but he does have this really romantic side. And he wants to talk about something in the 2000s. I think that song is from the 80s, but this would have been in the 2000s, maybe in the early 2000s. Jack and Diane, John Mellencamp. That's what I got. What do you got, Kevin? And we are going to take your questions and read your people. Thank you all.
Well, you know what's interesting? Just before I add what I was getting, I was actually in the midst of writing down when we actually connected, and then that's what Susan actually started with. So it was interesting, and I paused, but I am aware of this gentleman. But before I say that, is what's interesting is that we've never not had people. And when I say people, it's usually multiple people that are able to understand all of the information. And most of the time it is after when people watch that replay. And so that kind of leads us to the point that there's always so much message within the message. And so specifically when you're here tonight, and if you hear something that you feel resonates, or you get a sensation in your body that you feel like, oh my gosh, this feels like it's for me, and then it kind of segues into a different direction, know that that was a message for you as well, because the intelligence is they've gathered all of you here at this particular time or in the replay when you watch it, and they use that as an opportunity, your loved ones. So if it feels like a message from somebody else's message, know that that is also for you. And so like Susan said, we are going to do live readings. We're going to work both psychically and mediumistically. And in that, for the psychic questions that you ask and for questions that you want from your guides or your spirit team, if you could narrow it into being a little bit more specific, it really helps us. And I think it's to that point that they want to reach as many of you through the similar specific questions versus the general. And then in the mediumship, we're going to do we're able to work through more of them if we go into the direct link. If you share what the name and the relationship is, then we can just really tune in. And if you can be active in the chat to let us know that you understand the information. We've only got a very short delay on the messages, so you should be able to pop in there to give us yes, you understand, or no, you don't. To be able to give us any feedback would be wonderful. But with that, I feel this relationship feels, there is a deep love there for me. I'm getting the feeling of like husband or boyfriend. I do get the energy of motorbike as one of the modes of transportation. Two names that I'm hearing around the gentleman is Michael and Rob or Robert. And I feel like there's kids. I put an S to it. There's at least 2 or 3 children that's in this clustering. And then there's something about the celebration of the month of May that you would understand together. But he's a wonderful gentleman. And so if it's not for someone that's here and listening now, it would be for someone that's watching the replay. So feel free to people usually email us and then we share it with each other going like, oh my gosh, it's so great. So do let us know. So that would be wonderful. And thanks everybody for being here. And Susan, thank you for being here. It's always wonderful to work with you in this way. So shall we get off to the the races? Somebody asked in the questions, how many questions are you guys going to do? We don't know. We hope that however many we do reaches as many of you as possible.
And that's why if you'll jump in the chat as soon as we call your name, if you will get your little fingers ready, all we're asking is, because there's hundreds of you, right? Mm-hmm. Right now there's almost 900 in Kevin's. So what we're asking is, if you'll just say, that doesn't make any sense, that's not my person, we can move on, right? We're not wasting anybody's time. There's so many spirits that start commingling, and they also what we call piggyback. So there's going to be 2 people that have a red car, and you're going to be like, well, my dad had a red car. Oh, my dad had a red car. That's by design. That's not an accident. Spirit wants to get as many messages as possible. So if they can, package up your people together that have a similar like or a hobby or something like that, take it as yours. But please respond to us as fast as we talk to you. Talk to us back and say, yes, it makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Now with Kevin, I'm going to tell y'all right now, he gives you so much information that I'm like, he just read the entire Wikipedia of your relative, and how you answer, yes, I don't know. Because you're like, I mean, you can answer that man because he's like told you this person's whole life story, which is amazing. If you guys don't know what's going on here, it's very hard to do mediumship in 3 minutes or less.
Yes.
Number 2, Kevin is really a cut above. So let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Do you want to? You can choose first if you like, Susan. I saw you starring some. If you want, you go ahead.
I did star, but Spirit. And here's the other thing, guys. Really and truly, Spirit drags my eyes, and Kevin's literally drags our peepers right to a message. And sometimes we'll pick each other's messages because Spirit is like, this is the one. Okay, so that's how we do this. Okay, I'm going to pull up Mary. What would you recommend I do for my, and I didn't even read your message. I just knew I was supposed to pick it. What would you recommend I do for my house in Mexico City to sell? It's been on the market for several years. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of things. Okay. And one of these things is going to be something it might be surprising, or you might feel like, it's nebulous. This is a word the guides have been using twice today. I don't know why they're all about nebulous, but anyway. First of all, Mary, because this house is not selling, you really have to understand that there's probably an energetic problem, okay? So the first thing I would do is take some deep breaths, really calm down, and just release this house. Really try to go all the way down to your belly button in your energy, or all the way down to your sacral root chakra, and say, I release this house with love and light. start practicing that and do it every day, because there's a little bit of an energetic, like, I know you're saying to me, Susan, I want to get rid of this house. I'm not holding back. Honey, that's your brain. Your brain wants to get rid of this house. Your brain has already made the decision. Some other part of your body is saying, gosh, we had those memories, or gosh, I don't, shadow work is tricky. You could even have a hang up of, is the money supposed to go to somebody? Is there going to be a challenge over the money? Are you worthy of having the money? There's so many shadow work things that trip us up that we don't have any idea, because our brain never considers it. And then the other thing is, I'm just telling you what I'm getting, and I swear to God, I could be crazy as a loon. I could be wrong, but the locals are telling me the house is haunted. I'm just saying.
Interesting.
The locals think your house is haunted, or it's got a energetic problem in it, and your house is getting a bad rap without you knowing about it. So this is local realtors or local people. This is separate than your energy. Your energy is your energy. The house's energy is the house's energy. So with the house, you might then go in and bless the house again, release the house, even ask the house permission to sell it, make peace with the house. Maybe there were fights there. Maybe this house is maybe this house before you even bought it was a house that was constantly sold or had some sort of kind of uneven energy. Okay. So when your house has been for sale for this long, generally speaking, in my opinion, it's a lot of energy issues. What do you think, Kevin?
The first thing that I wrote down, and then I pulled some cards on it, the energy, or what I wrote down was ritual. And so it's really curious that you picked up on the energy around the house. And I think that I want to reiterate that it's not you. And so there is this separation within this energy, but there's something that's a little off-putting to people in it. And so I feel like if you're into ritual, if you're into any sort of ceremony, to just do a real, even just a simple clearing within in the space, the property, and then from there, start to build the energy of who you're calling in. And so I feel like there needs to be some lightness, some, opening up of all the windows energetically. And I got a couple of cards. I got the worry card, so I would understand that in a couple of ways. And then I got the boundaries and the go within. So to me, that kind of fits with the energy of ritual. I do feel that ultimately it's going to sell, but the timeline right now, it's like I can't see it. I can't even feel into it, because this is what's necessary in this moment to really to make that breakthrough. Because it's been on for years, did she say? Yeah, several years. So there's something there. And so there is light at the end of the tunnel, if you will, for this to move. But that would be my suggestion. And so just really recognizing the energy, and you're able to change that is what we're getting. So yeah, that's an interesting one.
Good luck, Mary. We wish you all the luck. We're all going to send you positive vibes to move forward into a new situation with this house.
And just, I want to see something here. That's interesting. Robert and Anthony died in a motorcycle accident in 2008. It sends my son's BFF. I'm not quite sure what that means, but that's interesting as far as the information. And then this one said, sort of sounded like my father, Bruce, kid's motorcycle, had a serious accident in May near Memorial Day. That we as a family recognize. That's interesting. And so that, just to the point, that there's more than just one little ping in that. So the energy in it, and you to take the time and actually write that, there is a reach out from your loved ones to make connections. So thank you for sharing that. All righty. And thank you, A Park, for the super sticker. So kind of you. And thanks for the moderators. I see you in the chat. Thank you so much for helping and assisting and keeping it a wonderful, safe space. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's go with... I'm drawn to this one. Carol Pack, is my husband trying to tell me something? Orbs in my room at night recently, and I've been sick for years. Interesting. Yeah.
Carol, do you have a basement? Please jump on the chat if you don't mind. Do you have a basement, or is there a ground space or a place that is like dank? Do you understand when I say dank? Like sometimes it's wet, or is there anyway? The bottom line is, I feel like he's trying to tell you that this house has environmental issues. That it could be mold, it could be some form of mold that's making you sick. It feels to me like, even if, yes, okay, you do have a basement. Okay. To me, he's trying to tell you to do something about it. And I will say, when I was doing readings, and I'm not right now, right? Okay. But when I was doing readings, I had a few clients like this, and this is really hard to deal with because it's like, it's really hard to get rid of. It's kind of like almost in the house at some point. But once your immune system gets triggered by some sort of, allergen, your whole body reacts. So I'm wondering if you have like some sort of a whole body reaction. Like, what is that when they, like Epstein-Barr, some kind of thing like that. But to me, he's telling you it's time to do something about the situation. Also, is there a son or a boy, man, not a boy, but a nephew, a son, or even someone who you're helping, who comes to the house, who stays in the house? There's also this energy feels like that could also be something he's trying to sort of help you with, or kind of warn you about a little bit. Hey, Kevin's loving vibration. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm in the energy of there's something that's actually, and I don't want to sound all the alarms, but you might want to look at some certain areas of the house. Do you understand? Is there a staircase and then a stairwell? I'm calling it a stairwell, or kind of like the landing, and then goes to the bedrooms. And is that, maybe that's from the second or the main floor upstairs as well? Is your bedroom upstairs or above the main floor? I guess that would be upstairs. I also, do you understand the D name associated to your husband, or the D name that he would be connecting to, Carol? And then I'm not quite sure of what, if you had a specific question. Was there a specific question? Yes, basement. But the orbs and the lights, and was there a message for you? Oh yeah.
Okay, from the husband. Was the husband trying to tell her something? Yeah.
So there's that part of it. There's that part of it. I'm skirting around something, and it might not be, and so you can let me know. Do you understand the energy of forgiveness around? Is this specifically for you, or with him and reaching this out to you? So
he died in the house. Could I, Kevin, would it make sense to you for forgiveness? Would you also call that letting go? Is there something she's trying to let go of?
That's the card that I pulled, and I'm skirting around it a little bit because I feel like it's personal, and you don't have to go too much into the detail, but I feel like there is this energy of letting go. And so knowing that he would have passed in the house, I think there's some energy in there that I think actually letting go feels really, freeing, if you will.
Yes. Oh my God. She said,
okay, Carol. Yeah. So just take that and just know. So yes, he's messaging, but he's coming through with that energy of love. Just a bit of, obviously concern in the sense of your well-being. And so just do your due. Yeah. The guilt. Okay. Yeah. And so letting that go is the encouragement, and sometimes it's difficult, but they just want what's best for you. So really just be with that love because they've let go, if you will. And so they're not holding on to those emotions that we do here, that we're still experiencing. So really just be with that love that he brings through for you, Carol. Yeah. And I know Christmas is important too. So that the holidays are important.
And you know, he didn't come through with anything. He came through immediately. I want to help you.
Yeah.
So he doesn't feel like you should feel guilty. There's no energy at all from him about you let him down. So please understand, he's trying to come through to you to say, I want to help you.
Yeah.
And he wants to say also, he wasn't perfect. He's trying to say, I was not perfect. There's nobody perfect here. So please don't feel guilty, but take care. He wants you to take care of yourself so that you can be healthy and move on, because you're supposed to move on.
Wow.
Okay,
Wonderful.
dear, we send you much love. All right. I know it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah. Hello to Mary and to Kevin, and hi, Lola.
Mary.
Good to see you all. Yeah.
And Allison, the Stone Spirit's here. Mary Calazzo is here. Who's here?
Yes, Earth and
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
oh my
lovely.
God. Whoever's in South Carolina, correct me if I'm wrong, but she's doing a solstice cool event this weekend where everybody's going to be banging drums and there's going to be fire and it's going to be radical. I'm like, man, I should fly out there, but I'm busy. That'd be cool though.
That would be great. I do have something else that I want to bring through, because I feel like there's this sense of not urgency, but urgency, like to not forget her. And so I want to also acknowledge the mother energy that was stepping through before we connected. There's a significance about the month of February in honor of her. There's something significant about the yellow rose. Yellow roses, yellow flowers. There's interesting, someone has a tattoo. It looks like a tattoo to me of the peace sign, but there's also words on it. I don't know if that's you or her, but someone. So I feel like she's reaching out to other people. There's also someone that would have a yellow car. And this is so random, but there's someone that would be really fond of musicals. And the musical in particular was the West Side Story. And I got two names. I got the M name, like a Mary or a Marilyn. And I also got the L name, like a Linda or a Louise. And I feel like there's signs that she's showing you. And one of them in particular is the, pardon me, the number threes. So you've been seeing the number threes in repetition. And it's the message in that, and this is, I love this when they remind us of the signs. It's that we don't have to now go looking for the meaning of it. The number, the sign that we see, for example, the numbers, for example, the sign that we see, think of what you've just been talking about, what you've just put out in a request to spirit, what you've asked for, and that the sign that we see is the validation. Do you know what I'm saying? Versus we have to go looking for meaning afterwards. So if you understand this, mother on the spirit side, she is reaching out to you with lots.
Here's somebody, Kevin. Julie says, my mother-in-law's name was Marion. She had a store called the Yellow Rose Boutique. And she came to us as Orbs in February 2020.
What?
That sounds like it.
Julie.
That sounds like it to me.
Oh my gosh. And if you can't make sense of the other things, and maybe you can, and maybe not in this moment, but wow, that feels really, that's pretty amazing. Yellow Rose Boutique. You've got to be kidding me.
I know. With the name, right? With the name. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. So she's reaching out. Lots of love to you, Julie. That's so wonderful.
That's awesome. Great job, Kevin. Fantastic. Good work. She loved yellow roses. Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Okay, this is also, Wiki understands this as well. My mom is Maria. She passed in February, and I have a peace sign with words of inclusion. Wiki.
Nice.
You see how they do the piggybacks in that. So really, these mamas, oh my goodness, I just dizzy with that. So that's a yes, Wiki. And thank
Yes.
you for being
So
here.
one message can be multiple people, okay? Really and truly, they're going to package them together and be like, you guys all go together, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you, A Park, for the super sticker. That's very kind of you.
No.
Patty Gunas says, why do we do this to ourselves? It seems incredibly exhausting. It's not exhausting. Do we look exhausted? Like, we're like, oh, I can't read your.
No, for me,
No.
it's the opposite. It's so invigorating. And if you think about it, the energy is, it's not mine. You know what I mean? So, and the
Right.
information isn't mine. And so in it, I feel like spirit always takes care of us. And so I feel like it's very healing. I feel like it's actually quite invigorating. And yes, if we read for, 4 hours, we'd probably be tired from just doing the same thing. But there's a, it doesn't exhaust me. I'll just speak for myself.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead and
shall we move to, let's
spin the wheel.
totally. Oh, interesting. This one just intrigues me. Is a divine miracle coming to me tomorrow or this week? And what is it? Oh my gosh. Okay. Is a divine miracle coming to me tomorrow or this week? I mean, I instantly want to say yes. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but there is.
Yeah. I think this is interesting to me because my spirit guides today were just telling me, and I wrote it in my phone, and I had to voice text it because I was walking the dog, and they said, and I'll just, well, anyway, they said something like along the lines of, look for a miracle every day, even if it's a parking spot, even if there isn't traffic today. Because if you train yourself to look for a miracle every day and just say, that's it, that's my miracle, the fact that this is on sale, whatever it is, right? Then you're actually living in the land of miracles. Miracles are happening to you every day, and then the big ones start happening, right? The bigger things, because you're in the energy of miracles happen for me every day, and I just know that, and I'm going to look and see what my miracle is today. And again, it could be anything small. That's the key, is to be grateful for all the things that are happening, whether they're big or they're small. So what do you get, Kevin?
I love it. So to me, that's perspective, which I got the perspective card, and then the simplicity in it. And so really what you're looking at and what you're defining as a miracle, I think I do too. It's like, to me, stepping into that, why not have it every single day? We do this thing where we kind of like prioritize, or we preference, or we kind of rank it, but I'm in that energy. And I do feel, I don't know if you'd understand needing some healing. I'm not sure specifically on what level, mentally, physically, emotionally or not, but just this energy of healing coming in for you as well. But yes, I'm in that. I heard instantly yes. So bring it
So now
on.
you just have to start naming them as miracles. When haven't we all said, it's a miracle that I didn't fall down the stairs. It's a miracle that I was able to stop in time because the roads were icy. It's, you guys, we have miracles all the time, but we're not just giving them the credit they're due. And I think once you start living like that, and you really bring it into your body and be like, wow, thank you. Thank you for this parking spot. Thank you for this sale. Thank you for this time today to take a nap. Why not? Why can't those be miracles? Why does it have to be, I'm healed, or I'm nice, or that I've won the lottery? So this is broadcasting to my channel too, Kevin. So this is Kevin, the healing medium. All his information is in the description of on my channel. He's amazing. Exactly. He does classes, he does events, and you do readings sometimes, right?
I just opened up. I literally just opened up January, February, March. So I do it in these.
What?
So
You're
yeah,
going to be busy. You're going to be busy, you guys, because
yeah.
because Yeah, you see how good he is. Absolutely. He's
I do.
amazing. He really is.
So good. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's get to the questions here. I feel like let's go into. There was one that was a little bit earlier, and I hope you're still here. Okay, this one just really. Debbie McCarthy is asking, my niece passed away from colon cancer, and is she with my mom like she wanted to be? Like that's 110% yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Do you have the music box?
I was just gonna say the music.
Oh,
I
that's
was
so.
just gonna say mute. I didn't get box, but I was getting music.
Yeah.
So yeah, jump in the chat, Debbie, and tell us if that makes sense. Music, but it could be your mom or it could be your niece. But yes, I feel like they're together, and I feel like I don't want to say they get in trouble together. I want to say that they are having fun together. Like I think one of them likes to travel or liked to travel and still likes to travel. And just because you're in heaven doesn't mean that you're not traveling, right? You can travel anywhere and do anything. Go ahead, Kevin. What are you getting, dear?
Yeah, no, I got I instantly heard the music, and then I heard something. What I actually saw was like remember the music boxes where you close it, and then when you open it, the little ballerina would pop up. It was like that type of music box. But something about the significance of the month of March, and 9 is important. So I don't know if it's the 9th of a month, but 9 is important. And then I'm hearing the L name, like a Lynn or a Lisa. Also connected, and that might not be either of their names, but there's some mention of the female Lynn or Lisa.
Could be another family member, like a
Yeah,
cousin or a niece. Are you
yeah,
here, Debbie? If you're here, it's okay if you don't understand a music box, just tell us. I
yeah.
don't get it. That's fine too, right? That would be helpful. If we don't get any feedback from you, we'll move on to someone else. But no music box, but she did love to travel. Okay.
No
I'll tell
worries.
you what happened to me, you guys. I had a mediumship reading, not with Kevin. This was before I did this work. And this medium, swear to God, gave me a first name and a last name. And I was like, I don't know who that is. I mean, literally, I left out of there, that poor medium. A week later, I was like, oh my God, I know who that is. So believe me when I say, when you're working with this kind of stuff, something happens, your brain disconnects, like, wait, this can't be happening. And then all of a sudden, things just don't connect. So just if we tell you something, put it away for later because it'll probably make sense tonight, tomorrow, next week. Okay.
Yeah. And then again, there's another example of where someone else will just have reference.
There you go.
To the information. And if you imagine all of these loved ones with similar attributes and similar names and similar things that will get your attention, we sometimes get the, who the person is supposed to receive it. And so they're just doing their part. But nonetheless, I do think there's something about a music box, though. I do think there's something about it.
I do too. That's why I said
can feel the energy in it. There's something there, but that's okay.
It'll come up. It could be. So this name that you were coming up with, Lynn, I think those things, it could be a niece or a granddaughter or somebody who says, I have this music box. Whenever I think about it, I think about my grandmother, whatever. But you don't know that. It's not information that you know right now. Okay. But they do like to travel. They are having fun. They're kicking their heels up is what I just heard. They're in a lot of ways, they're kind of similar in some ways, like maybe their energy level when they were alive, or they had some shared interests. They're having a good time together. I can tell you that right now. They're having a great time. And they are visiting family. So they do know about what's going on in your family. They're saying, tell her we know about something that's going on in your family, like family dynamics. We know about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it, is what they're saying. Okay. You want to move on to Deborah? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on to Deborah.
Yeah. And hi, Agape. Nice to see you. Agape Awakening.
It is good to see you, Agape. How are you, dear?
She's lovely.
I know, right?
I pulled some quick cards and they couldn't be better. I mean, I got the yes card. I got
I
the
love that.
card, I got the letting go, and I got expect the unexpected. Those are all yeses to me. I don't have to say anything more.
No, pack your bags is what I heard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a process. I mean, it is a process. Okay. So there's going to be more red tape than you thought, or more steps than you thought, or it could be just more steps than you thought. And at some point you're like, my God, when is this going to be done? But it is going to be done. You are going to do it. And the steps are necessary. They're saying, don't shortcut the steps. They want you to really hear that. Don't shortcut the steps. Do the steps. Shortcuts will cause more trouble later.
Yeah, and this feels, if you're in the US, I heard like across state lines. So it doesn't just feel like you're moving from one town or one place in the same town. It feels like quite a substantial move as far as distance. Oh my gosh, the chat's going so quick.
I know, right? Is Fefe here? I don't know. I saw somebody comment about her. But if you're here, touched by tarot, hello. I don't see you, but if you're here, hello.
Oh, this is so funny. Oh, okay, yeah. I love it how you guys are saying different things, and I'll have to go back and read some of them, but it's so wonderful. Thank you so much for being so kind. All right, do you want to choose the next one?
Okay.
Hi, Ted.
Yeah, tag team. Okay, I'm going with Victoria Cleary, who says, I feel like I'm being blocked from doing my writing because of unconscious trauma. Can you help? Yes, dear. I mean, I don't know if I can help, but I can validate that it is unconscious trauma. It could be past life trauma. Sometimes that stuff just sort of bleeds into our current life and acts as a filter. It doesn't stop us, but it can hinder us because we feel that kind of energy left over. What I think you can do to address this is, and again, they're telling me it's not going to be like oh snap, I'm good now, I can write. It is going to be a little bit of apparently this is buried kind of deep in maybe in your solar plexus or something. There's a wound around writing, again, from a past life, but also there's a wound to your self-confidence and just being standing out, right? Like there's a wound about standing out. Like, who do you think you are? You're getting too big for your britches. You need to not gloat over your test scores or whatever. I just think that these things were naturally easy for you, and maybe either kids or your parents or your siblings, somebody said, you're not as good as you think you are. You should sit down. And you did. So here you are. So I'm getting, again, it's kind of embedded in there. Okay. So it's going to take a little bit of effort to get out, but you could try QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis technique. Quantum healing hypnosis technique, QHHT. Look for a practitioner near you, because usually you do this in person, not always, but usually. And what they do is put you into a hypnosis and they work on your subconscious, which is where this thing is. You could do it through hypnosis, but I really think it needs more than hypnosis. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you. What are you getting, Kevin?
Yeah, I pulled a couple of cards, and I got the peace card, I got the tranquility card, and I also got the inspiration card. And I feel, as I feel into it, I do feel there's stuff in the space. They also want me to mention that there's nothing external that is blocking you. There's nothing external that's blocking you. So in that, it feels like this is very workable, in the sense of you might have to do a little bit of the work to just move through this. But I feel like there's the peace and the tranquility, and maybe that goes hand in hand with maybe just some of the thoughts that you're having around this, the frustration, but you will move beyond this, absolutely, because the inspiration card is just really like full body for me. And so I feel like you will get back into the flow of things. They're also saying that the language that you've put around it, be mindful of that. And so things of claiming it and making it our identity, we have to be careful that we keep things separate. And so you will move through this, Victoria. I do feel that clearly. Yeah, I was going to say clearly, but you will move through this. There will be a clearing in that. So Yeah, check out the QHHT. It is a great modality for sure. Yeah. All righty. Next, the wheel. I haven't really been starring many, but let's see someone who's been here. Okay, let's go with this one. Mindy, if you're still here, is saying, hello, Kevin and Susan Lynn. My dad, Dennis, passed in September 2023, and I talk to him every day. Do you have any messages from him? Well, that's wonderful that you're in that communication with him. That's so great. Let's see.
So Mindy, get your little typing fingers ready to just say yes or no. The faster you respond, the more messages we can get for you, because once we realize we're in the right energy sort of zone, we'll just stay in that energy zone. Okay. But if you just say, no, that doesn't make sense, that's fine too. That helps us. Okay. We just need to know one way or the other. Okay. Dennis.
And let's see, the children. Another Bob.
Did one of you all play tennis, or even if it what you cracked me up?
Keep going, sorry. I'll just be quiet over here.
Oh, you got tennis too?
I wrote down ball game, but I don't know what I see the ball, but I'm like,
I'm just trying to figure out the same thing. Like, is it tennis or is it I think it's tennis, but I don't know. Like, I'm just going with like they just give me a general thing. So Mindy, it could be that you or the kids played tennis when you were young, or that he played tennis when he was young. You have to kind of open up your brain, okay? So, and it could be that your mom, or there's something about, I feel like it's tennis, but it could be some other game like that. I don't know. Clearly we have the same guy, the same Dennis. I just don't know if it's the right Dennis. What else did you get for Dennis there?
I got that you would understand siblings, in particular, if you would have a brother, if the right energy, I'm just going to say that. Significance about the month of October. And I was drawn to like the stomach area, the kidneys, the liver. That's where my awareness was taken. And a bit of decline in that. I also got the ball game. I don't know what it is, but there's like, I kind of heard that, take me out to the ball game. I don't know what that connects to, but something about,
yeah, maybe it's baseball. That would be baseball.
Yeah,
it could just be sports. Maybe, I don't even know.
Yeah. There's also a bob. There's a bob, and I don't know if that, I've already said that, but a bob connection to this. And then let's see what else I can see. Mindy, have you had a headache? Is she in the chat? Is she answered anything? If you had a headache, I'm feeling a bit of a slight kind of dull pain in my head. If you're here, let us know. I don't see anything, but.
Doc, you just put your question in the chat, just like you wrote, hello, how do I get a reading? You just write down, this is my question. If you want to talk to somebody who's crossed over, please give us their name. That would be super helpful. But yeah, I don't see Mindy. That would be me. Like, I would be waiting, and then have to get up to go do something and come back. And they would be like, oh, Mindy, they already passed you by. That would be me. Like, wait a minute.
For the replay, yeah.
And
I saw somebody else's question. To subscribe to our channels, it's free. There's no money exchange in it, so it's free for everybody. You just have to subscribe and hit the little notification, and then you'll get the notification when we do any lives. So there. Hopefully, you get the replay and let us know, because already you can just feel the energy has changed, and so
it's moving on. There's a line. It's like somebody's like next, you know.
Yeah. All right. If you want to choose the next.
Oh, did you do that? Okay.
I'll start stirring. I've stopped.
I need to unstar some of these. Okay, what is my son process? Okay. So Catherine, Zare says, what is my son Bradley's message for his mom?
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Catherine. That's a tough one. What is my son Bradley? Please let us know you're in the chat, because I feel like you could get quite a bit of information, but we kind of just need to make sure that you're here so that we can just, when we have somebody, Mindy's here finally. Back it up and watch what we said. Honestly, it's like a stream of consciousness. Once I get the information and I say it, it's gone. I can't even know what I said.
Yeah.
But back it up. You can literally back it up right now. You don't have to wait till the recording's over. You can literally do that right now. Okay. So Bradley, Catherine, did you jump in the chat? Are you here? Because Bradley, I feel like Bradley wants to come through, but I want to make sure, I don't want to waste other people who are here ready. I don't want to waste their time.
Agreed.
But I don't see you, Catherine. Okay. Well, do you want to say anything about Bradley that you've gotten?
I didn't start to know.
Okay, you didn't start. Okay, that's fine.
I felt like maybe wasn't, again, someone here.
Right. I would just say quickly that Bradley was saying to me, he was talking about as a young boy. I don't know when this guy passed over. Oh, Mindy is watching it back and giving us feedback about the tennis.
Okay. Ooh, we're all going like this.
I know. Oh my God. Now I've got like psychic whiplash. I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? Okay, Catherine, maybe I'll just let your comment go and we'll move on, because
it is hard with the mediumship, you guys, to actually tune in. He played tennis. Okay, wonderful. So we're kind of going into that. The spirit's kind of like assisting us in that. So Mindy, that's wonderful. We're glad you're able to watch the replay. And Catherine, maybe next time come back and if you ask a question, try and stick around would be helpful, especially the mediumship, you guys.
Yeah, especially the mediumship. It's almost like I need your human connection to triangulate their connection to you, right? Like it's just easier for me to connect when the live person is here. But Mindy, he's fine. The message, did he have a message, the tennis guy? He seems like a fun guy to me. He seems like he could have a smile. He could have a wry smile. Sometimes maybe he had facial hair at one point. But anyway, his message is keep playing. That's hilarious. Okay, let's move on.
All righty. I got one that's present, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hello, Susan and Kevin. I'm desperately looking for guidance. Do you have any message from my guides regarding my career choice? And are any of my guides family members? Thanks so much. I was thinking about this today, and you'll hear different people with different thoughts around it. The energies that I've worked with and my own personal experience, guides tend to be people that have had an earthly experience. And for me personally, one of the guides that I work with is a family member. So for me, my thoughts around it is, yes, they very much can be. Absolutely. And they can be family members, but not just from this lifetime. So that's the part to it. So there's all of these layers, but to answer your question, yes. And I can feel the desperation in the search for career. I feel they brought me back to the cards that was the tranquility, the stillness, and then the inspiration. And I feel like if you really sit in that stillness, I feel like the guidance and the communication is there for you. And I feel like it feels like you have several options around what direction you go, but they're flashing the main card, which was about the inspiration. And I feel like you have to have this certain energy of passion and inspiration about which direction you go. And that's where they're kind of like, it might feel like you're experiencing these doors closing on you in some areas that you're like, hey, I would be good at that. But it's really allowing you to see, do you actually want to? Are you actually feeling really soul kind of called to this particular career? And I feel there is this passion and inspiration. So I do feel like you're creative, and there's some element of that in what's there for you as far as career. But it doesn't seem too far out. I look kind of into beginning of the year, maybe early spring, where I feel like you've found and things are kind of narrowed down where you actually take that job. And hopefully it's sooner for you. But that's kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I was getting the same creativity. It could be, so I want you to understand that I think we get blinders on and we think I can only do this thing. And spirit can solve this problem in 1,000 ways. And that's why it's not good for Kevin and I to tell you you're going to be an X, because spirit is going to take your passions, like Kevin's talking about, and they're going to be applied to a job that you may never see coming. Like, and I think it is creativity. I think you have an aesthetic. I think you have a real, like, interior decorator or illustrator or you know, even arranger, a flower arranger. You know, these are things that you might think that's crazy, but you might be surprised. An interior designer, you might be surprised. You might be hired by a realtor or some company to design their windows. So if you will just be okay with, I want this kind of job, I want to feel like this, I want to be respected, I want to work these hours, and I want to use these techniques, or I want to express this about myself, spirit will solve the problem for you.
I love that.
Okay, we wish you all the best, Iris. Anything pop out at you, Kevin?
I just start a few of them. Yeah, let's go. This one's popping out. Bradley McAllister, crossroads in life. Any messages? Thanks. Yeah.
What I'm getting is, don't make any sudden decisions. I think you are, and I get it, because I'm the same way. Like, I am not comfortable waiting. Waiting is the worst thing you can tell me to do. I feel better if I'm doing something, even if it's wrong. Like, at least I was busy doing the wrong thing. So they're saying, don't make any rash decisions right now. Wait it out, because what's happening is, it's like, if you can imagine, for some reason, this might make sense to you, like a lock that the lock has to spin all the way around till it gets to the right number. And then it goes bingo. And then it spins back around to the next number. You're in between those numbers to unlock what you need to unlock. And if you just start yanking on the lock, it's not going to open. Okay. Or if you do it like I do, and you take a hammer to the lock and you break the lock, so then you don't need the lock, and then you run amok, and then you cause a lot of extra lessons for yourself. Not recommended. So just wait it out. I'm getting March, April, May, maybe even as late as June. But something is going to open. If you will wait, if you'll be patient, spirit has got something planned for you that will blow your mind. And it's really that big that I'm just telling you right now, Bradley, come back to Kevin and I over the summer in 2025 and tell us we were wrong or right, because this is how sure I am about it. I think you're going to come back and say, back in December, because this happens sometimes, you told me you just got to wait. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm feeling into it. I feel I was as I kind of stepped into the energy, Bradley, I felt some emotion there. And so I feel like there has been some circumstances and experiences that you've had that have really ultimately allowed you to grow, to evolve on a soul level. And it's like, why would I ever choose that? And the humanist, we all are in the same boat, where we kind of go like, why the heck would I ever agree to do that? And it's to quite simply, it's for our soul to expand. And so you're really, your higher self is going like cheering you on and going, congratulations, keep going in this. And in that visioning of what's kind of happening for you and how spirit kind of sees things, they don't always just say do this or don't do that, or do this or don't do that. They want us to exercise our choices and the free will around it. And so with it, know that you're in this co-creation with spirit of what it's going to look like, and it looks phenomenal. I feel like the direction is going to come to you as you make one of the next best decisions. And so you don't have to map everything out. You don't have to know all of the way that it's going to go, but it's like you just comfortably making the next best decision. Then it opens this door and that door. And I feel that, you know, I do see the sun coming out. And so around that kind of like summertime, things look very, very different from where they are in this moment. I feel it in my whole body. And so do please come back and let us know that things really are going in that direction for you. Yeah, summertime feels really good. And it's not to say you have to wait until summertime to feel good about it. It's like, I think there's just this deep sensitivity about you as well. And so you really feel your own stuff, you feel the world, you feel other people. So a little bit of work in the energy of boundary for yourself, for your own well-being is really important. So things are shifting. They're shifting already for you. So glad that you're here, and we hope you got that message.
Yeah, Bradley. Good luck with that, dear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have somebody, if you want me to pop them on.
Yeah.
We're going into Zane Christian. Do either of you see my symphonic tone poem composition, Remembrance, being picked up for a premiere by a major orchestra? In the community, we refer to this process as shopping it around. Yeah. I want to say that this is a really beautiful piece. And I don't know if Kevin's going to pick up from somebody in spirit, but I feel like there is somebody in spirit that wants to talk about this. But it's a beautiful piece. Could it be haunting? Would you call it haunting? Anyway, somebody's calling it haunting. Please don't get mad at me. Here's what I think. I think that it could get picked up, and I think that it's worth being picked up. But I also think that this environment that you're in is shark infested. The guides are saying it's like, it's kind of political. You know what I mean? Like, who gets the nod is kind of political. So what I might suggest to you is, if it doesn't get picked up, allow it to be picked up to a different venue or a different, the name troupe or trope, what do you say? Troupe, TROUPE, would a different group even, because this piece is got energy and it will work its way around to the top. It may not go there directly, but it may find its own way through sort of, and it's an important almost for it to be behind the scenes, because there are people who would knock it down just because you're better than them. And then, you know what I mean? Like, you've lost your chance, right? So if you kind of allowed this piece to flow where it wants to flow, you're going to be surprised, because I feel like this piece is going to be an underdog in perhaps even a big award ceremony where people are like, out of the blue, Remembrance is it. It is it. Because I don't know if you can get there through this challenging, environment. You might have to get there a different way. What do you think, Kevin?
It's funny that you said the energy of the spirit. I do feel the presence of a spirit. A female that's stepping forward does feel motherly, and so perhaps grandmother to you, but just really this beautiful outpouring of love for you. And I feel like the pride that she has around your accomplishments, and she's saying that this isn't your first accomplishment, and it's like, it's almost surprising that it was almost like there was this recognition of another piece that how do I say this? It's almost rivaling the one that you're actually working on, or the one that you're mentioning here. And it's like, that also feels like it's going to get the stage, kind of the spotlight in it. There is this power. I do feel the moodiness in the piece that you are referring to. I think it said remembrance, but there's this real deep moodiness into it, and it will be seen and heard by more people. And so I don't know I don't know specifically what you mean by. I can't remember what the wording that you said, but an orchestra picking it up. I feel like it's being seen and it's being heard. So it feels like a yes. I get a timeline kind of like 3 months-ish from now. And so, but again, there's an energy from another piece that you've worked on that feels like if it's in this same kind of category and has the same type of potential. But
you know what? I would just say overall, Zane, stop. Like maybe if you're like getting against a wall, maybe just back up a lot. Get a very wide view of the entire situation. Sometimes you guys, when you're in a situation where you're stuck or you're hitting a wall, it actually helps to like not only leave your house, drive away and think about the problem. Take a trip and think about the problem. Your brain, your energy is like, okay, I'm out of all of that very conflicting energy and I can think more clearly. So I think once you get some different viewpoint, you're going to see how you're going to go around. You're just going to go around them. They're not going to stop you. It's like Kevin says, but I think you could go faster. Like his timeline is 3 months. My timeline was more like September. So I think you can make it his timeline. I think you can be on his timeline, but you just can't do it straight. You're going to have to go kind of a little bit of a meander, in my opinion.
Yeah. Interesting. And I'm also hearing the name Catherine around you, saying, if you're still here, let us know. How exciting. My gosh.
Yeah, let us know. That is exciting. Yeah. We got famousness in our chat.
And with the energy, if it is ground, it's like maybe revisiting another piece. And if that connects in memory to her, it's almost like that's kind of what it feels like. There's this like, and maybe that's just the distraction that you need, where it's like, okay, just release the energy around this one with all of that like intensity around it and shift the energy to something else. And that gives like, because sometimes energetically when we are wanting something and it's like, there's an intensity and of course it's well deserved, but when we kind of shift our awareness to something else and our attention and energy to something else, it allows the, it be in the receive, if you will. So it feels magnificent. Like, let's not make it small. It feels magnificent.
It does feel magnificent. It does. It feels it. That gave me the chill bumps. No, yeah. I think you're going to win an award. I don't know what kind of award, but I think this thing is going to outmaneuver the people that, you know who I'm talking about, the political people that snipe at each other and hold people back. I don't think you or this piece can be held back. I'm just trying to save you some extra pain and agony. Good luck, Zane. I hope we see you again sometime on a live. And a lot of our community does lives, so please jump in, And Kevin, you do lives, right?
I do. It is true. All right. Did you choose that one?
Yes, sir, I did.
Yep. All right. Let me go. Let's go with this one because I think you're still here. Carol Johnson, if you're still here, just let us know before we move into this energy. Who's Michael? I heard Michael.
I'm like, I don't know who's Michael.
I heard.
Oh, that's not a person here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, Zane. You take good care. Much. We're rooting for you, sir. We're rooting for you. Okay, Carol, if you're here, let us know. Just check in and say hello, or I'm accounted for. I'm here. Sunshine, because I do feel like he's here. Gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry for all of you mothers and any fathers that are here that have lost children. My heart just goes out to you. It's difficult.
I chose this one
Let's
because it was
see.
a recent one,
I
but
know, right? I know. Okay, but I don't see you, Carol. Carol, if you're in the kitchen doing the dishes, come back to the computer.
Mom.
Yeah, that would be me. Like I'm over there putting laundry in. I'm like, did I hear my name? Oh, that was just my spirit guides. No, it was Kevin. Trying,
I mean, she could be using the washroom. You know what I mean? She could be
Yeah,
going
yeah,
pee,
yeah. That would
like,
be unfortunate. Yeah. Like, you can only pee so fast. I mean, it's just,
it's
there's
true.
nothing you can do about that.
For you. Okay. I don't see her.
I would just grab one right out of the chat, just right now.
Do that.
We're
Okay.
starring them, and by the time we get to them, you guys, I mean, I get it. People have busy lives. You come in and you go out. I get it.
That was the
Last
very
call for Carol Johnson. Your meal is getting cold. We're going to eat it.
Hi, Tyler. Nice to see you. Okay. Oh, that's interesting because I did say Michael, and I just saw someone ask someone. Okay, it's going too quick. Where did it go?
That's why you bring your phone with you. That's true, Tyler.
We got this one. Linda Ramsey says a message from my hubby, Michael. Okay, that's what he was getting earlier. It was the husband. Okay. Where's the paper? Okay, wait a second.
We got you. We got you. Don't worry. We will wait a second.
Didn't I say this earlier? Was that with the Michael and the motorbike? Do you understand the motorbike too, Lynn?
Yeah,
Linda,
let us know if you understand the motorbike. There was a bunch of people who had motorbike situations.
Right. But I'm having deja vu, and I feel like
I'm so sorry, dear.
Okay.
Are you here, Linda? Somebody be here. Hello? Anybody? Are we here alone?
Virtually. Can you hear it? Hello.
Okay, Linda's here and she said no. Okay, she doesn't understand the motorbike. Okay, fine. We got a live person. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's totally fine. You don't understand the motorbike.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate you. Okay. So everybody's I get it. Okay, wait. Sorry. Okay, Linda. Darn it. I keep trying to push Linda. I'm just gonna give up. And the thing there she is. Okay. Linda, your husband Michael, right? That's what we're doing, right? Okay. So Michael. Did Michael have a sense of humor? Because I just started talking to him and he started like edging away from me. And that's my key for I have a sense of humor, or else he got cold feet for me. Come on in, Michael. He's talking about eating. He's talking about eating. I think he's talking about, okay, he had a sense of humor. Thank you, Linda. I think he's talking about Thanksgiving, or he's talking about eating. He's kind of rubbing his belly. Either he liked to eat or he made fun of your cooking. I can't believe I said that. But or I don't know. He's rubbing but he's got such a sense of humor, and I'm very earnest, and I just fall for anything these people tell me. It's not good. Did he like to eat, or did he I think he used his sense of humor to cover up he was really a very loving and kind person, but I think he tried to sort of like hide behind he didn't want everybody to know that he was such a softie. I think that a lot of people didn't see that. They saw him as a nice guy or whatever, but they didn't see him as a real softie. Like, this guy would like take his shirt off. He'd probably tell you to take your shirt off, which would not be cool. But anyway, he's just that he's got that kind of humor to me. Does that make sense at all to you? Loved food. He loved food? Okay. He loved food. Okay, good. All right. So we got the right Michael. This is what we're doing. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got the right guy. And then now that I've got the right guy, I can go on. Also, there's something about either headphones or music. Maybe not headphones, but music. He liked music. He might not have listened to it all the time, but and he might have listened to it very low in the background or something. But he's talking to you through music. Okay, I got there. He's cracking me up because now he's talking really loud, like, hello, Susan.
He loved music. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. He's sending you song. I get there. I'm not as fast as Kevin. He's sending you songs. Pay attention to the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he sends his love. He loves you. He misses you. Kevin, take it away. Kevin's probably got all kind of amazing things.
It's so funny. I don't know if I'm with him, but you'll let us know. But it's so funny because I was like, don't sing that song. It's like, I don't know who sang. My family would know this because
Sing it, Kevin. Sing it.
I don't know it. No, I am not singing it. It's, I don't even know
The
the words.
karaoke mediums that the dogs howl when they sing. Let's do it.
It's like real male country Western voice.
Merle Haggard.
Yeah, like that kind of like real depth to their country, like actual
He
country.
sang to her all the time. Kevin, he's asking you to sing to her. You have to sing.
Yeah, I'm totally not singing it. I would, but I don't even know. I'm so uncomfortable right now. Let me focus.
Oh my God.
Do you understand the blue stone in the ring? The blue stone. Do you have a ring that has a blue stone, or like I can't see it, unsee it. It feels blue to me. There feels energy in the month of January and the month of June is being highlighted. Also, a blue truck or a dark colored truck is what I'm being shown, and it feels somewhat sudden. And I feel like I'm like. There's this kind of like surprise within my own passing. There's something around this celebration, and I know 4th of July, even though I'm from Canada, but there's something about the specific 4th of July. I'm also feeling that there's like a motherly energy that was on the other side, that was there to meet him. And then I keep hearing the name Jimmy, like a Jim or Jimmy. I'm not sure if you would understand that, but
do you give people like an entire Wikipedia dictionary, and they're like, Jimmy? No, wait, what did he just say? No, wait, what did he just say? Like, I don't know how people are supposed to answer all your things.
I know.
He's like, he just gives you like, it's like so much.
Hopefully you understand it. But yeah,
I hope you understand it. Gotta go.
Yeah. That's so funny. I'm not singing that song.
What song is it? You don't have to sing it. Just tell us the words.
Okay, wait a sec. Okay, what was it? No, I had it. Just wait. Everybody be quiet. What was it? I lost the song. Okay, wait a sec. Bring it back in. I don't remember now.
That's okay. That's okay.
What was it? I could kind of hear. Okay, if it comes to me before the end of this show, I'll say the words, but I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, no problem. It'll probably come to you. You know, you're going to be singing it like in your sleep.
I totally will. I'll put it in the video afterwards. Linda, if you're still here, let us know.
He's saying, hold me, thrill me, kiss me to me all the time. No wonder you didn't want to sing it to her.
That's not what I heard. I don't know that song.
Okay.
But this was deep country.
Is it country? Is that a country song, Linda? Or what kind of song is that? I mean, I think he had diverse listening, taste, because, but he was actually such a humorous person. No, okay, he wasn't into country. He was such a humorous person that I think he would listen to weird things just for you to be like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I really think that was part of his humor. He never said goodbye, always said kiss, kiss. Oh, he was a good guy. This guy was a good guy. I can tell you right now. That country song that Kevin's picking up is going to come around to you. You're either going to be in a store. Again, he's sending you messages through songs. You're going to be in a store. You're going to be somewhere. You're going to hear this weird country song. I keep getting Merle Haggard. I don't even know who Merle Haggard is. So this could be a future thing. Okay.
Yeah. And it's funny that I don't like country music. And my whole family likes country music. I'm literally the black sheep so many times in so many areas. But it's interesting. Maybe it was a reference to not liking the country music.
Yeah, Charlie Pride could be another one, Wiki. That's another one.
I
Yeah.
remember him.
But it could be future. It could be a future thing. Well, he loves you. I don't know if you felt this, but he's literally pinched you like playfully. He's sort of done things physically to you. Oh, it's broken road. Okay, now you know what he's talking about. Great. Okay. Broken road. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's there. It's just our mind goes blank because we're talking to somebody who's not here anymore, and your mind just goes blank. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, kiss an angel, good morning. Yeah. All those things, right?
Oh,
Awesome. Well, he's a good man. He loves you. He says, you're doing a good job. Like, I think sometimes you wonder, am I doing everything right? Or am I managing my life? Or I don't think I can do this without him. Or, you know what I mean? Like all those thoughts. He's saying you're doing a good job. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're making it all work. Yeah.
lovely.
Okay, dear. He sends you his love, and he will be in your dreams. He'll be in your thoughts, and he'll be on your music, in your music.
Oh, that's interesting too. And Emma, that's interesting because it was like I felt
Oh,
like
there's the Bluestone ring.
and my
There it is.
birthday, another husband, January, our granddaughter's in June birthday. Interesting. Yeah, the information really came in really clear. And sometimes it was like I don't usually say that where I'm like, I don't know if I'm with him, but I did actually say that at the beginning.
You did say that, but you got with him.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like I feel like there's several today that are, again, they know how we work and they're like, okay, let's all go in at once. Wonderful. Okay.
It was a pile on.
Yeah, exactly. Shall we do one more?
Let's do one more. Sorry, guys, we're going as fast as we can.
We really are.
Please take anything you get from this as yours.
Absolutely.
Okay, any messages, any ideas, any hits, anything. And ask your loved ones to send you messages. Okay, like just say, like, and it's not going to happen like maybe in the hour. Okay, like when I ask my dad for messages, sometimes it takes a day or 3 days, and by then I forgot, right? So that's kind of the problem. So ask for messages, and then just be asked to be known, to be shown it, and to know that that's them, and then trust it. We don't trust it and say thank you.
Wonderful.
Anything you want to grab one? You do the honors.
Sure, absolutely. I don't know what that means, Wiki. Carol, someone is back in the chat. Carol has entered the building. I'm not sure. I forget.
Okay.
I forget.
Yes, messages can come through pets. Absolutely. You know what? I had a friend who unfortunately lost her son, and I was there when this happened. Her dog found his sock. I don't know how, because I'm telling you, this was actually more than a year later. Okay, like everything had been cleaned. I mean, many times. We don't know where this sock came from. It's almost like it came from, I don't know where. And the dog brought the sock in. So yeah, dogs and cats can absolutely bring messages to you. They can also help you learn lessons. They can learn you how to stand up for yourself, how to take time for yourself. Absolutely.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon. Okay, hold on.
Blue Dragon.
He's singing.
Okay.
You're singing to us.
Blue Dragon says, Jay Douglas, my life partner just passed. Please help me.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you.
All right.
Thank you for showing us to grab Blue Dragon. Appreciate that. That's why we have moderators.
Yeah.
In case some of y'all get rowdy and we need to throw you out. That never happens, really. But okay.
That's interesting.
Okay, I'm going to jump in. First of all, he says, or Jay Douglas says, I landed safely, and there's not any humor in this. This is actually what they mean. Like I made it. I'm here. I've heard this before when people cross over. It's almost like, and especially when it's recent, they want to talk about the journey. I
Mm,
made it. I got here. I'm safe. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. There's this sense that I've made the journey. So that's what he wants to say. I made it. I made it. I'm okay. He's with a mother. He's with a woman. I think it's a mother, but I mean, that's what came out of my mouth. So I'm going to go with that. He's with a woman who has mother energy. It doesn't have to be his mother. It could be mother energy. And I mean, there's a woman here who's not his mother, who was like a mother to him.
mm,
Okay. Maybe this could be when he was younger as well, or I feel like this is a man. I don't know why I keep saying it's a man, but I don't know. Could be masculine energy. Women have masculine energy, right? So, everything's okay. I love you dearly. Thank you. There's a sense of thanking you for what you've been through, what you did. Stood by my side. I heard you stood by my side. Thank you. That could be just at the hospital room or even in life, right? But there's a sense of recently having stood by their side, his grandmother. Okay, great. And because I'm not sure about the mother situation, either the mother's still alive or the mother wasn't exactly super warm and cuddly, and maybe could have been a mother or whatever, but there's a sense of this woman gave me succor. This woman really held me and made me feel better. He's fine. He's got a lot of things to say. I'm going to give Kevin a chance here, but he says there's something about cash in the drawer, or there's money in the drawer. Don't worry. What now?
you always read exactly what I write down.
I feel bad now. I feel like I just stole your reading.
Oh, it's so good. It just is this echoing of their energy.
We're like, Kevin and I work well. I will say this, that I choose people I work well with, and it doesn't mean other people aren't great. It just means my energy is funky and I need people that can work with me. So Kevin and I work really well together, but tonight we're particularly even more so like, okay, go ahead, dear. Take it away. Kevin is about to wow you, Blue Dragon.
It's like peanut butter and jelly. I don't know why I'm
I'll be
saying that.
jelly.
Yeah, totally. I love peanut butter more than jelly. There's just this compatibility, and I feel like there was just this pause in what was happening with the energy, and then someone recognizing and him trying so hard. I feel it's male energy as well. And I feel like the first thing that I was shown was really curious to me. I saw what I'm seeing as like a chessboard. And I don't know the significance of the chessboard or the game of chess. Susan, you mentioned the female on the spirit side, and I feel like this was a really deep love that he had with this feel. It does feel motherly to me as well. It might be grandmother, but there's
it's his grandmother. It's his grandmother.
Okay, perfect. So this grandmother, the couple of highlights around the month of October, or October was highlighted. The 19th of the month of a certain month feels there's energy around that. And there's certain writings. And Susan, you said about the money in the drawer. I can feel like it's like you're having these thoughts, or you're actually going through the drawers and seeing certain things. And there's all this flood of energy and the memories around it. And he's just encouraging you to take your time, but to actually be okay with what kind of comes up for you. There is, I don't think I said this part of it, but I feel like there's this energy of these writings. I don't know if you wrote or he wrote, but this exchange in some of the writings that you still would have. And I feel like that might come up in some of the discovery of what you're going through as far as in the drawers, if you will. And then, interesting enough, there's this energy of new glasses or something around the glasses. And I'm seeing them as like eyeglasses as well. But be in the celebration. And even though it's difficult and you want, sometimes we just want to turn all of that off. We were both writers. Beautiful. to really encouraging you to be in the celebration. And yes, take the time when you need to be by yourself and in your grieving process, but also don't not allow yourself the things that you enjoyed. And especially when it was things that you enjoyed together, it's like, please still carry that on in my memory and be with it. And especially, of course, around the holidays that can be so challenging, but to know that there's encouragement. He would want you to carry that on, Blue Dragon. Yeah.
And a great love. Okay, there's a great love. There's a great love here, like a love of, I'm getting chills, like a love of lifetimes, not lifetime, multiple lifetimes. I feel they're saying that you did the dance together through several lifetimes. And I think when they say dance, they mean relationship, like you had this relationship dance, and that could mean you were opposite sexes, the same sex, you were father, daughter. I mean, it's that dance is what they mean, right? But this lifetime was certainly, and now your partner's coming in to say it wasn't all perfect, right? But it endured the test of time. And when the smoke cleared, you guys were still together. You guys were still each other's. You still had each other's back. It really was quite a relationship. And I'm sorry for your loss, because I, as Kevin's talking, what I feel like is he's saying, go through the stuff and cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel all those things, and you're going to feel all those things. And if you've ever grieved before, you are up to its timeline. You'll be fine, and then all of a sudden you'll be sobbing, and then you'll be fine, and then you'll be upset. It's just really not any real timeline that you can follow. Candles, are you lighting candles? Are you lighting candles? He's talking about candles and lighting candles. But anything else, Kevin, that my heart goes out to you, dear.
Yeah, the last little piece is like, I don't know if he was writing his story, but that you're going to finish the story. Like, it's almost like this permission to finish writing the story. And I don't know the context of if that's figuratively or if it's like metaphorically, but it's this like passing you the energy of it's okay for you to finish his story. And I don't know what that would mean to you, but if it does mean anything, please let us know. But yeah, so much love to you, Blue Dragon, and thanks for being here. And thanks, I can't remember who pointed that out, but thank you guys for.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know one of my
my
people.
Okay, yeah. Then there you go. It's like this. You've got the encouragement there. Oh yes, it was Pamela. Thank you for pointing that out.
Thank you, Pamela. Writing something like that is kind of like purging. It's kind of like grief. It's like grief counseling is what they're saying, because some days you're like, I just can't do it. And that's fine, right? Don't push yourself. Allow yourself to ride that roller coaster of grief and just do it whenever. And I agree with Kevin. And I think he's saying, put your spin on it. You're not writing in his voice. You're writing as his partner. It's not the same, and it's okay. It's not supposed to be the same.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Marie. I don't know how to say that last name, Moraes. Love the messages sent to everyone. Absolutely. Being in the presence of spirit is such a wonderful exchange, and thank you, everybody. And I know it's impossible to get to everybody, but if we can just be in the receive of the energy that spirit really just wants to bring all of us. So those of you that didn't specifically get your questions read, know that your loved ones are just as close. There's only 2 of us here, and we do our very best to bring as many messages, but thanks everybody. And Susan, it's always a pleasure to have this time with you, and just really be in service for spirit and do what we can to be that bridge. So lots of love to everybody. And yeah, anything else, Susan?
Thank you, Kevin, for inviting me on your channel and for instigating this reading around the holidays, which is really important. I'm in awe of your abilities. Thank you so much. The first time I read with Kevin, the first 2 times, I'm not lying. I went back and told my spirit guides, y'all are crazy. I can't keep up with this man. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I am not reading with this man anymore. And they said, you better pull up your big girl panties and get it together or something. I mean, you know, what are you talking about? You're not a quitter. I'm like, yes, I am a quitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So really, Kevin has inspired me to be better. And I will say this to you guys. You know, a lot of you guys are interested in being intuitive or mediumship or psychic abilities. And I've said this the last time Kevin and I read together. Kevin works hard on his craft. He has mentors. He teaches. He meditates. He works out his psychic muscles. You guys, you've got to work out the gift. You've got to work it out. It's not like it's going to fall in your lap. This is what I'm saying. I had to work out my psychic muscles to be in the ring with somebody like Kevin. So you guys can do the same thing, right? Work out your intuitive muscles. Ask for signs, write them down, give gratitude when you get one. Understand that one sign is not a whole lesson or a whole book. It's one sign, right? So, but yeah, take really good care and check out Kevin's channel too, please. My viewers, obviously, you see what he's made of, and check out his website because he's got. I think you have a class coming up, don't you?
Yeah. You know what? I've got Debbie Freebird from Freebird Spirit. We are teaching a 4-week mediumship class in the new year, the middle of January. It's 4 consecutive Wednesdays, and we've done 5:30 Pacific time so that people that work during the day can join us. But that's going to be really wonderful. It's limited. It's just a smaller class. We're not opening it up to 50 people or anything. We just want it to be more personal. And yeah, that's happening in January. And then yes, I did open up my books for January, February, and March. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Get a reading from this guy while you can, you guys, because he gets really booked up. And then, he takes time off to work on his abilities, right? So consider getting a reading with him. And if you want anything to know about me, SusanLynnMedium.com. And he is Kevin, the Healing Medium. Wait, I can't.
Yeah. My channel is Kevin Lewis Medium. It's confusing. Kevin Lewis Medium is my YouTube channel, but my website, which will be changing, it's still The Healing Medium, or I don't even freaking know.
I just messed you up.
No. The Healing Medium.ca is my website. Oh goodness, y'all! It'll be in the description box.
It's in the description box.
We got spaghetti brains now.
I'm sorry, you guys. We're switching back to our 3D brains, and our energy is like, wait, what? You're not talking to dead people anymore? Thank you guys so much for spending your evening with us. We really appreciate it. Take really good care of yourselves.
We'll see you all again. Thanks, everybody. Bye.